Hello everyone. Today our topic is production versus productivity in management manufacturing system, unit 2, part 3. So production can be defined as the systematic activity of gradually transforming one form of material into another while maintaining the requisite quality and are capable of satisfying human wants. It tends to combine tangible inputs, that is, raw materials, and intangible inputs, that is, ideas, informations, etc., to turn it into finished products for sale through a mechanical or chemical process. Types of productions: job shop productions, a production process in which few products are created according to the demand of the customers in the stipulated time and cost. In job shop production, product volume is low and variety is high. Batch production. Batch production is one wherein product passes through various stages over a series of functional departments and a number of batches are produced. Mass production. It is a manufacturing technique in which discrete parts are produced with the help of continuous process. Continuous production, the process of production in which the production facilities are sequenced as per the production operations chronologically. And productivity. Productivity is a measure that gauges the efficiency of the production process. That is, in transforming inputs such as raw materials, labor, capital, etc., into the output of finished goods. It can be expressed in terms of the ratio of outputs product or produced to inputs consumed in the period or given period. Productivity tends to determine the overall production's performance of the firms by ascertaining how efficiently the firm utilizes its resources in the production of goods and services with maximum wastage. With minimum wastage. It can be enhanced by controlling factors of production, improving process and technology. Competition triggers productivity as intense competition results in higher productivity, which in turn provides better value to the customers, leading to higher share in the market. Further, it can be evaluated with the help of the following analysis. There is first, trend analysis. It gauges the change in productivity of the firm over the years. Horizontal analysis, it compares the firm's productivity with other firms of the same size and business. Vertical analysis, it compares firms' productivity with other firms of various size in the same industry and with other industries also. And budgetary analysis, establishing productivity norms as the budget for the upcoming period of the basis of above analysis and making strategies for its achievement. Now, production is a function of an organization which is associated with the conversion of range of inputs into desired outputs. On the other hand, productivity is a measure of how efficiently resources are combined and utilized in the firm for achieving the desired outcome. Production process, productivity measure, production numbers of units actually processed, productivity ratio of output to input, production absolute terms, productivity relative terms, production value of outputs, and productivity efficiency of factors of production. So now we discuss in details about productivity. So production and productivity are two most common and popular terms used in manufacturing sector. This is because that well-being of a nation and standard of common people are associated with the effective utilizations of productions and improvement in the productivity. So this unit is intended to focus on the basic concepts of productivity and other areas of productivity, engineering and production management. One should not confuse production with productivity. Productivity is one of the most commonly used terms in industrial engineering. It is a measure of how well resources are utilized. Output, the term productivity symbolizes the following points that I mentioned right now. It relates output to inputs in any conversion system where some value addition is performed on the input resources. It is quantitative measure of performance. It integrates performance aspects of quality, efficiency, and effectiveness. And productivity improvement is not just doing things better. More important is to do the right things better. This unit aims to identify the major factors or right things which should be the main concerns of the management desiring of productivity improvement. Productivity improvement depends upon how successfully we identify the use of the major factors of the socio production system. There are a number of factors which affect the productivity of a system country, and not a single factor is independent of others. The importance is to be given to the productivity related to each of the resources, that is land, material, machine, or men dependent on the enterprise, the industry, and possibly the country. For example, the industries where labor costs are low as compared to material cost, the capital invested in plant and equipment and better use of materials or plant may given the greatest scope for productivity improvement than putting on labor productivity. Therefore, for making improvement in productivity, must know the factor or factors which affect the productivity of a system country. Productivity is the optimized utilization of all available resources. Investigations into the best known resources and generating new resources through creative thinking, research and development, and by the use of all possible improvement techniques, methods, and approaches for the production and distribution of quality goods and services to improve productivity. It is essential to measure it. Production or productivity measurement is planned and systematic activity that is used to assess and quantify the status of productivity as a specified period of time. The measurement will help to know the present state of productivity, to initiate the action plan needed to improve productivity, and to check the effectiveness of action plan by measuring the changed state of productivity. So in this unit you will study the various definition related to productivity measurement and the techniques of productivity measurement. It must be emphasizes here that the measurement system in themselves have no inherent value. inherent value. Their value is realized only when they are incorporated into management operations one on systems. Now, what is the objectives of productivity? So, describe the concept of productivity and production, calculate productivity index for an organization, know the ways to improve the productivity, explain factors affecting the productivity, describe the relationship of productivity with quality, employment, technology, and living standards, and appreciate the need of productivity measurement tools. Now, fundamentals of production. Production is a conversion process that converts inputs, raw materials, man, equipments, tools, energy, money, etc. Now into finished products that have value for the customers and consumers. The conversion process usually involves a series of steps, which step or each step adding value to the inputs and thereby bringing the material close to the desired state of product. There is a wide variety of products required by the marketplace. These products are manufactured in different types of industries using different technology, raw materials, etc. The large list of industrial units can be categories based upon nature of production, nature of end use of production, nature of production system. Now classifying the industrial unit help in underlying common features of designing manufacturing strategies, production planning and production control procedures and system. The efficiency and effectiveness of any production system lies in the use minimum utilization of resources to produce the desired products of desired quality, of desired time. This leads us to the definition of productivity, which is defined as a ratio at output to input. Putting in simple words, improving productivity means producing the same output with less inputs, producing more output with same inputs, producing more output with less input, or producing substantially high output with marginal increase in input. Now we discuss about classification of industrial units based on nature of products. A list of basic industries that produce goods the organization represented, so divided into two types depending on the nature of their production operations. The two types are the manufacturing industries and process industries. Manufacturing industries are typically identified with discrete items production, machine tools, bicycles, cars, components that go into this product. The process industries are represented by petroleum products, food processing, steel, soap, textile, cement, chemicals, and plastics. Now, manufacturing industries, automotives, machine tools, uh, aerospace, ships, rail coaches, medicines, soap, and cosmetics also. On the other hand, process industries produces cements, chemicals, fabrics, metal, that is aluminium, copper, steel, textile, paper, etc. Now, producer. Basic producer, they take the natural resources and transform these into raw materials used by other industrial manufacturing units as input. For example, steel producers transform iron ore into steel ingots. Now, converter, they are the intermediate link in the chain of transformation. The converters take the output of the basic procedure producers and transform these raw materials into various industrial products and some consumer items. For example, steel ingots are converted into bar stock, or sheet metal. Chemical forms transform petroleum products into plastics for moduling. Paper mills convert wood pulp into paper. The output of the converter forms is not complicated, they are simple products. Now, fabricator. The fabricator provide the goods to be used by the consumer. They are the last stage in the conversion process. The firms fabricate and assemble final products. The metal bars are transformed into automobile parts and components. Automobile body panels are manufactured from metal sheet. Engine block is made from metal stock. The foundry and casting, the metal is molded and then converted into desired shapes for machining and used in assembly. By using moduling machine, the plastics are molded into various shapes. By the classification, fabrication include both the forms that produce the component and those which assemble component into consumer goods. Now, classifications of classifications of industrial units based on nature of production system. In other classification, organizations are classified according to the quantity and variety of product made. Mass production system. This is a continuous, dedicated manufacturing of identical products. This system is characterized by very high production rate and a limited variety. In this system, the equipments is special purpose rather than general purpose. Batch production system that I mentioned earlier. This involves the manufacturing of medium-sized lots of the same items or products. The lots are produced in economic order, quantity at larger intervals. The plant operates to build up an inventory of the item, then it changes over to other items. When the stock of first items is depleted, production is repeated to build up the inventory again. The manufacturing equipment used in batch production in general purpose but designed to handle several operations for high production rate. Flexible manufacturing systems are best suitable for batch production. In job shop production system, the lot size is very small and the variety is very large. The production equipment consists of general purpose machines and requires skilled manpower to operate these equipment for variety of jobs. The production or the productivity in general of mass production system is high as compared to batch production system and job shop production system. However, the mass production system is inflexible, which makes it unsuitable for present day competitive and consumer oriented manufacturing environment with the application of computer. For the last 4 decades, efforts are able made to improve the flexibility of mass production system and to improve the productivity of batch production system and job shop production system. So that's the end of the video, my friends. In the next episode, I will discuss in details of productivity, definition and others. Thanks a lot for watching my videos and have a good day.